I'd like to introduce a student of mine today who's had great results in the digital marketing space. Last year at this time, she was a kindergarten teacher, making about $32,000 a year in the United States. She took my digital marketing course and spent some time in our Discord engaging, asking a few questions. Fast forward to today, she's doubled that salary to $65,000 as a full-time digital marketing assistant. So I'm excited to be interviewing Ariana Mosley today. Welcome, Ariana.
Hi, I'm so excited for this journey and to be here.
Yeah, you have a great story, and I just so excited to record this interview with you and share it with others. I believe it's very inspirational, and I believe we all have more potential in us than we realize, and sometimes it just takes a spark to get us going. So, this is all about you, and I'd love for you to tell the story from your perspective, even though I just summarized it. Let's start with telling the audience a bit about who Ariana was before she enrolled in the digital marketing course.
Right. So I was a recent graduate. I had my bachelor's in psychology and I graduated in 2020. And I was just working at a nonprofit organization. And in that organization and that field, you have to wear a lot of hats. And it was thrown on to me to manage their social media page. So I've always been the type of person that whatever I do, I want to do it well. So I took it upon myself to research how to be a better social media manager, how to design cool graphics and everything. And I kind of fell in love with it in that field. So it kind of just fell into my lap, digital marketing. I wasn't pursuing it. I wasn't thinking about it. It just came to me.
Okay, cool. So then what really triggered you to enroll in my digital marketing course? What was going on right around that time?
So I was watching a lot of videos as I was trying to like educate myself on this field, and I watched so many people, but when I came across your channel, I felt like there was just this genuineness and authenticity. And I just watched like a lot of your videos, like they really helped me on this journey. And then one day I was like, I don't even know if this guy has a website or something. Like I wanted to see what else you offered. And that was a good sign because I never felt like you were pushing your course on me or like, a lot of people make these videos to sell something, but I was really just gaining knowledge from you so much that I wanted to go and see if you even had a website. And then I found your course and I was like, okay, yes, I feel like this is perfect for me.
Great. Well, I'm glad what I was putting out spoke to you. I think we're very early on, and there's not a lot of people who genuinely do what I do or have been freelance digital marketing or even in the digital marketing roles. So it's tough to find an honest voice out there, and I'm glad you found me, and I'm glad I've been able to help you. Let's talk specifically about the course, going through it. What was that experience like? Did you find learning digital marketing through a course was viable, or was it challenging to go through materials that way?
It was actually perfect. I always have liked school and education, but I feel like even for someone who's not into that, this is nothing like your traditional school or a course or education. Like the course was just like straight to the point and easy to grasp terms, but it was still thorough. And there's just like a wealth of knowledge within the course. Like I was really excited when I first started it, or even before when I was just like thinking if I was going to take it or not. And I told everyone about it because that's how I am when I'm excited about things. And like within the first couple of videos, I was already like learning so much because I kind of had an idea based off of all the videos I watched and my experience, but I didn't know the actual technical terms or processes for certain things in marketing. And you were able to just break it down. The course like really explained everything. And what I liked the most was that it was, you know, the old roots and structure of marketing, but also paired with like modern innovation and advancement. So I feel like any good teacher, you can't teach one without the other. And I felt like it was a really good balance of, you know, the old and the new.
Yeah, I think a lot of people expect these courses to be like, oh, just learn how to set up a Facebook ad and you're done, right? And it doesn't always work out that way. So it is important to go back, give some of those foundational principles. And yeah, I think that is a big part that people don't realize, and that it doesn't take long to catch up and get understanding of where are we in marketing. Now, you're in a digital marketing assistance role, but you'd already kind of figured out social media. You were probably tapping into email and all sorts of different topics. But my question is, did the course specifically prepare you to be a digital marketing assistant? Do you feel it helped you arrive into that role?
Yes, for sure. Because although I was learning on my own and doing those things already, I didn't really have the confidence to actually like put myself out there officially. Like I would do it kind of like on the side and like I knew I could do it, but I just felt like there was something missing, especially because I was like, oh, I never went to school for this. I didn't have any like formal training, but I feel like this course was the formal training I needed. And honestly, I was looking at even college programs and stuff, and I'm like, they cost so much money, and I'm not even sure if it would have even covered all the things that this course covered. Like, I have a wealth of information. I know best practices now. I can confidently say that I can design a website now. I can do email marketing. I can create a lead magnet. And I know what these terms are now called. And I'm able to just give so much and offer so much to like anyone that I'm working with. Um, I was able to build a nice portfolio because I was taking the knowledge I learned from the course and really applying it with my personal clients. That when I applied for this role as a digital marketing assistant, I had a portfolio that they really loved and they saw that, like, okay, she knows what she's talking about. So it definitely prepared me.
That's awesome. That's a just great thing to hear, that the power you can get from an online course, and also just realizing the shift from these college programs and universities, how that may not be the model anymore with online teaching and the way people are getting jobs these days. Let's focus in on that job hunt. So first of all, how long did you spend in the course materials before you said, enough is enough, I want to start applying? And then how long did that whole process take?
I took the course. I was in it for a couple of months. And like I said, I was taking my own personal like clients and projects just to, you know, like experiment, see if I could actually do it. And that's when I was working as a teacher. And I want to say in December of 2022, yes, that's what, or November, that's when I was like, okay, I need to be making more money. Something just hit me, and I was just like, I'm going to apply to every high paying digital marketing job that I can and just, you know, hope for the best. Like, I fixed up my resume, I added all my skills to the resume that were in relation to digital marketing. And you know, they called me and we set up an interview, and like they really liked everything that I had to offer. I sent them some websites that I've designed, and um, some of my flyers, and just my confidence with the knowledge that I had, because they kind of quizzed me on the spot about certain things about like WordPress. Like I think he was asking um, about having too many plugins. And I remember from the course how Rich said that, like, when you have so many and you don't need all of them, it can slow down your website or whatnot. So, right there on the spot, I was able to give some sort of knowledge that I had gained from the course. And, you know, within the second interview, they offered me the job for 65. And it was definitely a step up from what I've ever made in my whole work career profession.
Well, I think we should just take a moment to recognize how powerful and amazing and exciting that is. I mean, anyone who makes a giant leap like that, it's substantial. So, this is a great story. Can we just stop at the interview part one more time? I want to try and be there with you. They're interviewing you, he's quizzing you a little bit. Did they say anything that you can share with me about how you stood out or why they felt you were a better fit? Like, do you remember anything they said in the moment?
Yes. So I actually was given an assignment and they wanted me, they're a nonprofit organization. They wanted me to make a post for Giving Tuesday, like a sample post. And I made one for them. I made a carousel and I browsed their website, got information from their website, saw who they were, talking to. Like I got a good grasp and feel of who their target audience was and just what they were about. And I was able to incorporate that into the post.
Nice.
They said that nobody else actually like did that much research and work. Like they just designed something and it didn't really have any like information about the brand or anything like that. And also they said they didn't even design it that good either. Like I used their colors, I used their language, and they said that's what made me really stand out. And they really liked the websites I designed too. And that was my first website I designed after taking the course using WordPress that Rich gave us the key on how to design really high quality websites.
Bravo. Amazing. Well, I'm glad that you got to show your stuff. And let's be honest, sometimes you do have to prove yourself in this world when the educational cycle can be quite short. I mean, when we used to rely on degrees, we knew people were being trained pretty well for 4 years. And now I think it is really awesome that you were able to step up and prove yourself quickly. I mean, give me a sense of how long you spent on that post, just roughly.
Honestly, on that post, I probably took like a day or two
Sure.
to
Yeah.
really like the first day I like to, or maybe it's a 3-day process. First,
Yeah.
I like to see their website, get to know. I can't just design something without like knowing what I'm doing. So the first day is just like research. I sleep on that. The next day I designed the carousel and I knew that was like popular and a popular trend in social media right now. And then the third day is just like taking another look at it to see if there's anything else that I could tweak or improve. And I sent that over. So I think it was from Friday to Monday that I just sent everything over and they called me like the next day, I want to say.
I mean, to me, it says that you need to spend a little bit more time to stand out sometimes. People try to take the quick way, the easy way. But the big picture is that you gave a little bit up front to get quite a lot in return. I mean, 3 days to secure a job. I think we just should let other people know that maybe that is the strategy and not to rush those opportunities. I think when someone's asking for a sample, they're close. You just can't lose it there and you have to deliver. And I think you did a great job to take that time and assess that. And obviously you were right. They said you stood out. So it's amazing. Let's move on. You did a great job telling that story. I just want you to try and help a few more of my students out there who maybe they took the course already, or maybe they didn't, but they still believe that it's not enough to get a job. I mean, I have students who say, I'm not ready, but they don't realize that maybe they know more than they know. I mean, maybe you can't answer that, but what insights can you give to those who might be looking for a digital marketing job this year?
I would definitely say that I understand the not feeling confident enough. And I think, you know, if you did the work like I did, like I watched a lot of videos, then I took it a step further. I took the course and then even applied it on my own personal projects. Once you've done that and you really see that you can do it, you're definitely ready. And with each new project, it's another challenge. So even if you go into a role like the role I'm in now currently, it's not my field. I've never worked with like the target that they are targeting. And I'm just learning along the way, what the voice is like and what works for their industry versus another industry. So you kind of just learn on the job and you always have the course to fall back on. Like if I need to refresh my mind on something with web design or with email marketing, I love that I'm able to go back and refer to that knowledge and the notes that I have taken. I would say that the course definitely prepares you. Like if I didn't do anything else, if I just took the course, you are definitely prepared because there's just so much information that's within it and it's thorough, it's real. Like Rich is super experienced and you have to just like believe in yourself. That's all. Like I took a shot, like I literally sorted all the jobs to like just high paying ones and I just like did it and my work also spoke for itself and if you're really retaining that knowledge, then you are ready and you know more than what most people know. You'd be surprised. Not a lot of people know like the back end of marketing, like the truth of it. Like they know certain things. Oh, I want a nice looking website. I want likes on my social media posts, but they don't know how you actually get there. And yeah, the course definitely prepares you.
Beautiful. Okay, last question. I'm going to sneak one more. What goal do you set for yourself now? I mean, this must be a bit surprising. A year later, you're in a different environment. Do you set a goal yet? Are you just enjoying it? How do you think about the next 3 to 5 years and your career?
I definitely have some other goals because um, the real goal for me is to be working for myself full time as a digital marketer. And I'm getting there. And it's the same place I was in before, where it's like I wasn't confident enough to get a digital marketing job, but now I'm here. But now I want to be confident enough to now take it on my own terms. And I know that that's possible. And that's what inspired me in the first place, like the possibilities you have with digital marketing, being able to work remotely and from anywhere. So that's the next step for me. And I'm still just building up my experience and whatnot. And I think that this job will give me, the push to really feel like I'm ready to take things to the next level.
Doesn't it feel good though to be honing the skills you need for your future independent career? I mean, doesn't it feel good to be in a job that's related to that field and has some flexibility and pays pretty well? I mean, looking back, don't you feel this is actually a very good pathway for most people to take?
For sure. It's a fun job. Like even I have my other coworkers who walk by and they'll see me just like designing something and they're like, "Oh, this is so much fun." Like I get to go through all their content and edit it and I get to direct a lot of video footage and make it fun and it's definitely an enjoyable job and it pays. It's necessary, especially in this day and age. Like it's an essential job, I would say. So it's definitely worth it to go this path. Like there's just so much you can do with it. And especially with full stack digital marketing. And then eventually, if you want to focus in on one of those things, you can, but it's just great to have like all these skills to offer.
Yeah, you must feel like a pretty cool person in the office, showing people all sorts of new stuff.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Like I create a lot of cool reels and stuff and they're just like, "Oh my God, it's so nice." I just got a text last night. I was like, "Oh my God, I love what you put together." It feels good to see people responding and engaging with your work. Like I created that or I did that or I helped them get there. It's really nice to see it or I see my flyers hanging up all over or I did a brochure for them that's like mailed to hundreds of people. So just really, it is a great feeling.
Well, congratulations on this success, and I'm excited to see what goes from here. I know it's going to be exciting and, of course, challenging as well, but I think that's what makes it a beautiful career. I just really proud of what I heard today, and so grateful that you took the time to share it with me and the audience as well. Thanks so much. Is there anything else that you'd like to share before we end this?
I would just say if you're hesitant, just do it. It's worth it. And yeah, that's all.
Thanks, Ariana. Means so much to me.
Yes, you're welcome. And thank you for everything that you've provided, even before I've taken the course. That's another thing. If you're not sure, just watch all of Rich's videos
Exactly.
and you'll be
Yes.
persuaded.
Binge watch the YouTube. Well, that's great. That's a wrap for this call. Thanks everyone for tuning into this. And thank you, Ariana, once again.